What's up, y'all? What's going on? What's going on? Pete. What's up, Pete? Obelina. What's happening? Hit that thumbs up as you guys are coming into the live. I'm working on this track for the West Coast compilation. They Stone, Quanto, Kusum. Oh, message me, and I'll let you know what I charge per beat. Cabalina, message me on Instagram, and I'll let you know how much I charge per beat. I don't usually really talk about it on here because I end up giving you a deal. So that's why we talk about it on here. I got to give you the real price. But message me on Instagram at Stone Paxton. Just message me, and we'll go back and forth. And if you want to get a track from me, I'll give you a good deal. Kahana, what's happening? Yeah, I hear you, Kahana. Let's go. Sharon, what's up, Sharon? You guys hit that thumbs up, man. Man, come on, man. I definitely need some barbecue. Damn. I got some food sitting here I haven't eaten because I'm always focused on my work. Hit that thumbs up, y'all. Let's go. That thumbs up. up, y'all? Hit that thumbs up as you coming into the live. What's up, son? Let's go. Hit that thumbs up. Wolfhampton, what's up, family? Buckeye, what's happening? Oh, wow. Wolfhampton, thank you, family. Listen, let me tell y'all something. Pack Heat single drops on Sunday. Compton comes out Sunday, you guys. Mystique, can you post the link here for them? Can you please post the link? Go on your phone and post the link right here so they all can click it and go listen to it. I need you guys Sunday. When Compton comes out, I need all of you to download it on iTunes. Mystique, can you go to your phone, grab it, and then post it here, the link? You guys can listen to the single early. Okay? Compton comes out Sunday. This track I'm doing now, I'm finishing up this stuff. We moving, y'all. I'm going to drop another single. I don't know who's going to be on it. It could be Javon. It could be, I don't know. We're going to drop 2 singles before we drop the whole compilation. Wolverhampton, I appreciate you, fam. Mystique, did you put it in here? Okay. Mystique is going to put the Compton link for the compilation in here. Okay, it's not out yet, but you can preview it. There's another track that's going on the West Coast hip hop compilation, y'all. And if you haven't heard Pack Heat single, Mystique just posted it here. Brandy Scorpio, what's up, Brandy? Hit that thumbs up, Brandy. What's up? I appreciate you, Brandy. Listen, if you haven't, the hell's going on here? If you haven't, I don't know what I just did, but anyway, if you have not, click that link right there. That is Pack Heat single. It's coming on Sunday. It's dropping. You get to hear a little bit of preview of it, but it's dropping on Sunday. It's the first single off of the West Coast hip hop compilation, you guys. And listen, this whole compilation is nasty in a good way, as in funky. We're going to lay that part. I'm laying these strings now. Let's lay these strings. Oh, I got to start over. I didn't start from the start, you guys. I can already hear a rapper rapping this, y'all. Like, this is what I can hear. The ladies rolling down Venice Boulevard in the mountain. I'm looking by the fly, pumping my honey, but not inside of the matter. Quiet as a planet, quiet cause it's been mounted, too tired as a mountain. Now I don't rap, I'm just mumbling, but I'm giving you the idea of something that I can down. We be rolling down the boulevard, Crenshaw, and it be the mountain, Savannah, when you thought it. West Coast love for the body. Baby got me on running about it in the middle of the steep body. Sitting next to me, I'm riding in the outer. Cruising down the infinite, hitting switches on my low rider, weather the matter, Stone singing. All right, let's record that again, you guys. Strings. I forgot how I was playing. Okay. Hold on, I don't even see it. I don't know why it's not taking it, you guys. I see it, but it did not take my recording for some weird reason. Strange. Oh, hold on. Maybe I didn't pick it. Let's try it again, you guys. Oh, there we go. All right, it recorded, you guys. Let's listen. Put that thumbs up as you come across the line. Now, I think I want to play another bass, you guys. Another bass or some other kind of sounds. I don't know. Let me see. Something else on top of it. Because I'm using the sounds off the MPC. I created it and dumped it in here, and then I'm just adding other sounds that I'm playing directly from the MPC. So, let's see what else we can find. We're going to find some other stuff. when I tell you that once again, this whole West Coast compilation is fire. Did you guys click on that link to Pack Heat Single? Baby Love, what's up, Baby Love? It's a link we put at the bottom. It's Pack Heat Single. Click it on so you can listen to it early. William Paul, Pack Heat Single drops on Sunday. It's a link my moderators put on there. Check it out. Baby Love said, good evening. This beat sounds great, Stone Paxton. I hope everyone is woke. A lot of things are going on as well. Exactly. God bless. Yes, it is. There's a lot going on. I'm gonna talk about some stuff tomorrow, man, because y'all know my channels. Usually I'll talk about stuff, and lately I've been doing a lot of music because I've been working on music and stuff. But yet we're gonna have some conversation, man, because there's a lot of shiznick happening. William, thank you, brother. Listen, Pack Heat's beat. I'll keep having my moderator post it. Pack Heat song drops Sunday. The first single off of the Hip Hop West Coast Hip Hop Volume 1 Stone Paxton Presents compilation. Who is that? Yo Marvin. What is Yo Marvin talking about? He said, hey, somebody do me a favor, check me out. Tell me what hit harder, the Juke in Memphis or the Sturdy. Y'all know how I am about people that pop into my live asking me to check songs out, but they don't listen to any of my instructions about the music review, right? Is it Yo Marvin? Yo Marvin. Sorry, man. I can barely see the lights. If you want us to check your song out, I could play one of your records. We're not going to play nothing that's out because YouTube will strike my channel for stuff that's monetized, right? Like your music. Any unreleased music you have, if you're putting out a release before you put it out, you want me to play it, it's $20 per song for the music review. Now, I still got a couple artists I haven't done a music review on because we're waiting for other artists to come in. But it looks like a lot of times when you do the music review, I am the only one playing my music. It's like I got the only one that got the most music to play. And most artists don't deliver their music when they supposed to. So now I'll say again, if you want me to review your music, I would love to. Absolutely. But you got to get with me. Get with me on Instagram. Paid it, Cash App, so that when I do this music review, we can play your music and we can hear it and people, but don't send me anything anything that's released. I'm not playing anything released. Your only unreleased that's about to be released. Sabotage, what's up, family? This West Coast compilation dropping. Pack Heat single drop Sunday. Compton drop Sunday. The link is here. My moderator will post it. You can listen to it right now, but it drops Sunday. You can listen to it early. They're going to post it right here. I'm working on the rest of this West Coast Hip Hop Volume 1 compilation. That's what I'm working on. Here's another track. It's going to go to one of the artists on the comp. I'm adding another sound, you guys. Oh, wait a minute. I'm doubling that bass up, y'all. I'm doubling it up. I'm gonna lay that second bass. See, sometimes, sorry you guys, sometimes I'll lay two bass, right? I'll lay two bass guitars. I'll do two. And then that one has like more of a, maybe don't give up too much of my secrets, but I'll do two bass sometimes. Hey, Major Keys, what's happening, family? You say this is a dope vibe. I can ride. Yeah, it's one of them West Coast riding joints. It's gonna be on the West Coast Hip Hop Compilation Volume 1, West Coast. But A Major, it's a link at the bottom. Pack Heat single drops on Sunday. Compton, you can check it out early. Leanne said, A Major. Yeah, A Major. It is. It's one of them riding songs. For sure. This is for Pack Heat. I already know he's going to get off on this. played that, so I'm bouncing that down because I've already played it. Now, sometimes if I'm working in the MPC, I might create like a 8-bar arrangement and then dump it into my DAW and then finish the rest, as in this case tonight, because I want to get this track over to Pack Heat so he can write his second track. And then Pack Heat's out of the way. And then I got to send J Bond another one. Then I got to send 2 to DVP. J Flex's is done. I'm just waiting for vocals from J Flex and from Aru, because J Flex actually laid his vocals. Hold on, you guys. So now I can start putting this song in arranger mode. You guys listen to that Pack Heat single yet? Did y'all listen to it yet? Hey, Major, did you click that link? Now I actually arrange this, you guys. Let's go. Hit that thumbs up as you come into the live. Got it. Love it, not a minute, about it, banana, love it. I've been looking for the special governor. Not a minute, time a minute, of it, minute, not it. Pack, he's gonna get down on this. About it, take it. West Coast got you falling, love it, about it, love it, not it, got it. We be looking down at the matter. Falling in love, it's on and on of the matter. Holler at the matter. Mine is the other matter. West Coast, the matter. Honor the minute, honor. Now, what I'm gonna do now, y'all, I keep bumping my mixer. I'm gonna what I'm gonna do now is zero out my channels. I'm going to zero my channels out. All right, that's what I'm about to do now. Zero my channels out and get everything so I can get it out of the red. Because right now I'm in the red and I need to zero it out so I can get it fattened up the right way. You feel what I'm saying? So that's what I'm about to do now. I'm about to zero it out and get it right. You feel what I'm saying? I'm gonna play something totally different on the chorus, you guys. Something totally different. Well, I don't don't like that rumble on that bottom end. I might not. I don't know. about to send this off to Pack Heat, man. I already know. LM said, what time is it there? LM, it is 8:33 here. I'm about to send this off to Pack Heat, man. Dee Eaton say, hey, Stone, remember back in the day when we used to book studio time after 1 a.m.? Because, yeah, bro, oh, my God. Listen, I don't even know how, I mean, I can still stay up now, but when I was younger, it was crazy, man. Hold on for a second. I don't know how we did. Hold on, you guys. My own data instead of me being data up. Is it LM or LM? LM, do you hear Mill by? No, I didn't. I didn't hear it. No, I didn't. I haven't heard it yet. Why? What's up with it? I remember those times uh, doing the late sessions and trying to get that 80, because back then it was like 120 bucks an hour. And like if you did the late sessions, you might be able to get like 85 an hour, something like that. It was cheaper. I remember those days, man. We come from, see, the young generation don't know, we come from that 120, $150 an hour sessions. You had to really have some money. Let me see. You had to really have some money back then or save your money to be recording, because it really wasn't no joke. You feel what I'm saying? Back then was crazy. Didi said true. Um, my favorite singer, I have to say Stevie Wonder. Stevie's one of my favorite. Leanne said that's right. Leanne, do you remember them days that you used to record back then, Leanne? Huh? If you haven't heard Pack Heat's single, my moderators will put it at the bottom. His new single will be available Sunday, Compton. The one you've been hearing me work on, the one we recorded, is available Sunday. It is the first single off the Stone Paxton Presents West Coast Hip Hop Volume 1. It's the first single. Diddy said, I really couldn't afford those race. I don't, none of, Diddy, honestly, none of us could. I mean, D. Yeah, DD. DB Eaton, I'm sorry, DB Eaton. Really, none of us could. But somehow, we was using our little checks from Burger King. we was getting our allowance. Somehow, we were coming up with the money for those sessions back then. And I think back then, if we got 3 hours worth of sessions in, we was like, if we get an hour or 2 to 3 hours, we was like, yo, man, we got 3 hours booked in this big studio. Victor said, I love me some Stevie. Yes. I did. Let me tell you something. So Marva King, I don't know if you guys know, but she's done records with everybody. She's on the record with Lionel Richie. The heck is that? She's on a record with Lionel Richie called Love Will Conquer All, right? I don't know. You go listen to Lionel Richie, look up Lionel Richie and Marva King. Love Will Conquer All. She's on that record. She's on a lot of records with Stevie and also with Prince. But she heard a song in my studio I was playing, and she said, oh, Stone, what you doing with that? I say, it's gonna be on my album. She said, would you be willing, to let it go for Stevie? I said, hell yeah. She said, this would be the perfect record for Stevie. She said, can I get a copy of it? I want to take it and play it for him. And I said, absolutely. Leanne said, Marva King is fire. Yes, she is. DB Eaton said, we were eating sub sandwiches. Yep. all night, 24 hours, Subway in Hollywood. Listen, them sub sandwiches was it. It was like the best. Like, you didn't go wrong with sub sandwiches back then. Those were the great days, man. Were those not the great days, man? I'm just saying. Javon say, I love Marva's voice. Yes, she has a beautiful voice. And people be trying to say, oh, Marva sound like Shantae. Marva was around before Shantae Moore was around. I just want y'all to know that. She had a record. She got record deals that go back to the 80s. Uh-huh. Yeah. Marva's been with Stevie. I think she started singing with Stevie when she was like 17 or 18. That's how long she's been with Stevie. And the funny part is, Didi said, I miss it, bro. I was supposed to have went with her to the Lionel Richie concert the other night, but she figured, Didi saying brothers were ready to, man, they were. See, listen, Didi, DB Eaton, you see how I work? This is how it was back then, right? Am I correct? You see how I work? This is how we were back then. Consistently. We wanted to be in the studio. We didn't, yeah. We wanted to be in the studio. This is how we worked back then. The same way you guys see me working is how we worked back then. For those young folks that's watching this, we were in the studio all the time back then, just like I'm always in now. I've not stopped. I never stopped being in the studio. DB Eaton say we ain't waste no damn time at all. I love Selena. Let me tell you something. I know Selena's brother. Man, that whole thing, bro. Listen, I've replayed her whole story in my head, bro. It's such a sad story, man. And let me tell you guys something. Since we're on that subject, right? I don't mean to disrespect nobody that's watching my live. So if somebody's watching my live and they hear me say this, don't be upset that I'm saying it. LM, that story was so crazy, but I had something similar happen to me like that. You say, okay, Selena Gomez or Selena? Because you got, there's a Selena and Selena Gomez. Now you say Selena Gomez. Okay, we talking about Selena Gomez or Selena? Selena. Because I'm about to tell a whole story. We can scratch it then. You talking about Selena Gomez. What about Selena Gomez? What about Selena Gomez? Who was doing stuff with Stevie B? D, D, you were doing stuff with Stevie? Stevie B is my boy. Have you seen the short? All you gotta do is put in Stone Paxton and Stevie B, and it'll pop up on my shorts. And Stevie B mentioned my name. Stevie's a good friend of mine. But they were interviewing him, and the guy on the interview asked Stevie B about me, not Stevie Wonder, but Stevie B. And Stevie B said, "Yeah, man, I love Stone, man. He's great. He's a hell of a musician." Yeah, that's what Stevie said in his live interview. Stevie B about me. DB, oh, your boy Rick Eric was working with Stevie. Okay, yeah, Stevie B is a good friend of mine. I've known him for years, man. Listen, DB Eaton, you'd be surprised the people that I have worked with through the years. You'd be surprised, bro. Like, honestly, from R&B to funk to freestyle to soul to jazz to country, even country. Like, no joke. Yeah, Stevie B is a good friend of mine. Stevie B is a great, oh man, he's a great guy, man. Great personality, man. Great spirit. Everything about Stevie B is all love. Jimmy Bullhorn, Michael Sterling. Okay. Okay, D. So you're from Florida, D? You might know some of my other people. Yeah, Stevie's a great guy, man. Stevie B, man, such a great. Stevie lives back in Vegas again. He's back here, right here. But he goes back and forth to Brazil too. He's got a place in Brazil. Oh, my Fort Lauderdale. Okay, gotcha. I got a lot of friends in Fort Lauderdale. Got a cousin. I've been in your stomping ground many, many times. My family owns a farm in West Palm Beach, Indian Town. Yeah, Stevie, man, I actually miss. I gotta call Stevie because I miss hanging around Stevie, man. Stevie is always fun hanging around. He's always got some great. He always has great stories, man. And I don't know if you know, DB Eaton, Coral Springs. Okay, uh-huh. Yeah, he came from there to Vegas when he first came. That was some years ago. And then he left Vegas and he came back again. And he left again, went to Brazil, came back to Vegas. Now he go back and forth. See, and a lot of people, let me tell you something. DB Eaton, a lot of people thought for years that Stevie was Hispanic, but he's not. Stevie B will tell you. Stevie will say, man, my mom is as dark as that hat. He'll tell you. He said, man, a lot of people think I'm Hispanic, but they thought for years I was Hispanic, but I wasn't. He said, my mom is dark as that shirt, that hat, Stone. He'll let you know. But a lot of Latin people they have no idea. Most people, they have no idea that Stevie's black. But people thought he's like Cuban or Puerto Rican, and he wasn't. He's just a brother who, he had to. Remember back in the day, he had the mullet with the. They thought the freestyle. They thought Stevie was Hispanic, but he wasn't. But it worked because they bought into that narrative. And to this day, you can't tell Hispanic people that Stevie B is not Hispanic. They will argue you down. No, no, his dad's. No. So Stevie just kind of let it go. Like, let them, whatever they want to think, let them have it. DB, yeah, the hairstyle back then, huh? Stevie listen, people be messing with me about my hair. I haven't had my hair out in a minute, D. So I think you new to my channel, DBE, so you ain't seen my hair, right? I usually have it out, but Stevie had the dip. That dip went. He had the paddy wagon back there with the flap, and he had the dip. He had the dip coming swoop, coming all the way down. He had a swooping down, and that thick potato chip. Remember the Dorito guy from the '70s? When you crunch and shake the whole building, Stevie, he had that Dorito mustache. I love me some Stevie, man. Now, let me tell you something about Miss Betty Wright. Red Furnace, what's up, family? I just did this other West Coast beat that I'm sending out to Pack Heat. Miss Betty Wright, I got to meet her before she passed at her house. Now, her husband is one of the members of Bob Marley's Wailers original band. So my buddy Amir from Kool and the Gang wanted me to come and meet him in Florida. And I met her at her house. Yeah, met them at their house through my buddy Amir from Kool and the Gang. That's how I met her and met her husband. Hey, Red, this is track I'm sending to Pack Heat. Pack Heat single drops Sunday. It drops Sunday. I need everybody to go on iTunes Sunday and download his single. Understand? It drops Sunday. Dee say, I visited her home and met her and her husband. Great people. Yeah. And you know what? People don't understand. Just imagine DB Eaton. When we met her husband, think about this. He's the closest thing we're gonna get to Bob Marley. I mean, his kids are his kids, but this guy was with Bob every day. Think about it. Played with him, created with him. He's the closest thing to Bob that we got to experience Bob Marley through him. Have you thought about that, DB Eaton? Isn't that amazing to know that? Here we go. That's a riding song for sure, y'all. We're trying to say this one of them sitting in a barber chair, spitting game while, yes, while getting lined up. Yep. Sean said, "What?" Jenkins said, "What you cooking up, Stone?" He said, "Let me know if you ever in Orlando." I sure will. D, 100%. I'm coming back. Hey, Sean, this is another track for Pack Heat for the West Coast Hip Hop Volume 1. He already got his one track. It's dropping Sunday, the first single to the West Coast Hip Hop. This is his second track. And then Pack Heat's out of the way, and then I just got to finish. I got J Flex and other artists, but I got to wait for their vocals to come in. I got DPP 702. I got J Bond's second song. I got to send him, and I got to mix his stuff and send him his second. I'm probably gonna mix both of his records at the same time once he finishes the second one, get that out of the way. So the compilation's coming along. Once again, the first single drops Sunday with Pack Heat Compton. Fire Beat Studio, what's up, family? Y'all make sure when y'all coming in, man, hit them thumbs up. Y'all know how I am. We're first say Nipsey Hussle would have been a perfect feature on this for bro. Yeah, I know, man. Damn, man, I know, man. He would have been perfect. Lunat. Hey, Lunat, Wando. What's up, family? Hit that thumbs up as you come into this live, family. Show the love. Share the love. Share the love. How many more years are you gonna continue producing music? DB Eaton until I'm no longer on this earth, because it's what I love to do. I'm not. Hey, it won't stop until the end. It's my life, man. That's all I know. Music, martial arts, business. So yeah, it'll be forever. I'm not. It ain't gonna stop for me, because I'm always getting calls anyway. I'm always been involved with stuff. So, and I got my own record. So yeah, it ain't gonna stop. Not until the man upstairs said, "Hey, son, you're 232 years old. Ain't you ready to go home?" I'm like, "No, sir. I want a 332." Hey, Sean Dinkin said he can hear the game on this. This compilation, when I tell you, you'll be able to put it on and just let it play. It's one of those. It's gonna be a cold West Coast compilation. I'm telling y'all. Game would get off on him. Listen, I know music is great escapism, right? But we still have to think about all the crazy stuff that's going on in this country, y'all. But I try to use music as escapism, because sometimes people don't want to hear about all the crazy stuff, right? Like, it's times that, y'all have heard me talk about stuff, but sometimes people just tired of seeing what's on TV, and they're tired of hearing. And so a lot of people come here for escapism, just to relax their mind and get away. And that's why I don't like mixing other stuff with when I'm doing music. You know what I'm saying? So for those that wonder why I don't, what was that? Gruenda Heat said, "Damn, what Davon, what dope is stream did stumble into?" What's up, family? Sounds fire. I'm already vibing. What's up, family? Grudar Heat Grudar. Did I say that right? The game featuring Anderson. Ooh, that would be game featuring Anderson .Paak. Music is therapeutic. Yes, it is. Okay. Whoever that weird, block that person out of the channel. Lachon Rose, they're in here doing the trolling stuff. Block the moderators, block them out completely. Brother Grudar. My name is Stone Paxton, producer, writer, arranger, recording artist. I work with everybody. This track is going on the West Coast. Stone Paxton presents the West Coast Hip Hop Volume 1. I got an artist named Pack Heat. Let me play his track real quick. It dropped Sunday. Oh, you spelled it almost right. Okay, I'm trying. Is it Gradu? Hold on. Let me see. Grundar. Is it Grundar? Grundar? Let me play you guys Compton real quick. Hold on. This single dropped Sunday by artist named Pack Heat. It's the first single off the West Coast compilation, y'all. Let me play it. West Coast Hip Hop. Let's play it. Here it is. Compton. Over everything, you don't gangbang the same. But if you visit, I think you should know if
few things. Number one, don't go nowhere without a gun. And if you get invited, better GPS the area. If you all fun and games, tell a nigga to get back, dog. And you better wear neutral colors if you ain't claiming nothing. Niggas be functioning in home sections of college. 100 rounds go off and the police ain't responding. Compton, such a beautiful town. I'm from the place by the lake where all our enemies drown. I'm a product of Ujima, born and raised. And on the playground is where the niggas learn the game bang. Lord will, we ain't had no Uncle Phil. We stick out real, we adapted to the drill, play the field. The same bitch you fucking to get you killed. You say you don't bang, nigga, then we your mama live. This Compton, and this anybody killer. The West got the torch, niggas all up in their feelings. Ain't nobody bigger than the program, so you better be eating and ready for the throwdown. Low riders and OGs, big dreams on these streets and gang banging queens, niggas. War clubs and drive-bys, niggas got more beef than Sam's and Five Guys. Living in my city, you gon' learn today. Got you many make it out, it's the games you play. You better ride with that thing sitting on your lap. A lot of niggas left the house and ain't making it back. If you living in my city, you gon'
Thank you, family. I appreciate you. I appreciate you.
You better ride with that thing sitting on your lap. A lot of niggas left the house and ain't making it back. It's a goddamn shame. Somebody explain why they send a bad boy to play a grown man game. I be agitated, looking at the bitch niggas that made it. I be trying to ignore the patterns, but the West Coast needs saving. I ain't wearing tight jeans and I ain't dissing the dead. I'm not on paperwork and I ain't snitching to the feds. Everybody wanna be real, just want us to get the bracket. You ain't really from the city, niggas, so stop all your gassing. And it's anybody killer. The West got the torch, niggas all up in their feelings. Ain't nobody bigger than the program, so you better be eating and ready for the throwdown. Low riders and OGs, big dreams on these streets and gang banging queens, niggas. War clubs and drive-bys, niggas got more beef than Sam's and Five Guys. Compton.
So that song comes out on Sunday. The artist name is Pack Heat, Pakkheatt. Pack Heat. It drops Sunday. Thank you, Grundar Heat. You're in Germany, so you listen to a lot of hip hop in Germany. Thank you, family. I appreciate you. I produce some projects in Germany that are real popular. There's an artist named Bonafide from America. I produced this whole album in a tribute to Tupac. And in Germany, I read some articles that they wrote up about those records that I produced. Okay. Yeah, mostly hip hop. Okay. Oh, you're in the US. Okay, got you. DB Eaton said, I love music so much I can actually hear the deep textures when I'm playing instruments on the keyboard. Me too. I see like colors and stuff. DB Eaton is crazy, man. And it just shows you the power of music. And even this track in the background is going to be on the compilation. I'm sending it out to artists. This one. There's going to be another one that's going to be on the compilation. Hit that thumbs up when you guys come in my live. Do me a favor, hit that thumbs up on your boy. Thank you, D. No, it's all good, family. Listen, it's all good. It's a lot of people, Grandu, that come in this live, Grandu Heat, that they don't know who I am. And it's okay. Hey, I'm not, I don't act like I'm better than nobody. I know as time goes, they'll get to know me and what I do and my contributions to music. With steady bumping old woo stuff. Okay. Man, woo to my boys, man. Woo is still the business. Wu-Tang is still the business. I do all that stuff. I do hip hop, West Coast, East Coast, all of it. Thank you, D. I appreciate you, family. Yes, I am. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hit that thumbs up as you're coming into the live, y'all. You're coming across the live, hit that thumbs up. Yeah, it's a banger. It's definitely a banger. It's all good. Hey, you know what though? DB Eaton, it's all good because let me show you something. Uh, Lunati said it's definitely got. Oh shit! I got a hangnail. Crazy shit. Ouch, that hurt. Lunati said it's definitely got to be a heat the beat, and sound says it all. The sound says it all. Thank you, family. Well, hey D, you know what I learned, D? I kind of like it like that because as time goes, they'll learn more and more about me as my history continues to constantly, steadily grow. They'll learn more about me. And do you know how many producers I know in the game that a lot of young people don't even know who they are? And they've got a lot of hits on tons of records, and people don't know who they are. Man, I cut myself. You typically got to mention the name of the artist or the tracks they produce for them to go, oh, I heard that song. So it's a lot of us in the industry that people don't know about. And it's unfortunate, but it's a common thing. You'll hear about the real top producers that you see on videos all the time, but there's a lot of us that are behind the scenes that a lot of people don't know about that have produced tons of records on people, and nobody might not even know because we don't really brag on ourselves, and you don't see us always in the media and stuff. So there's a lot of us, man. You'll be surprised. Trust me when I tell you. Cut my finger, man. Yeah, but it's a lot of us, y'all. My man said something deep. Grundos Heat said the limelight often leaves out the dudes that do the real work and craft behind it. Boy, oh boy, he said a mouthful. That is the real truth. Steve Eaton said, Stone, you helped shape this whole music industry. I've done so much behind the scenes work If I told you guys all the stuff I did and the songs that I gotten stolen from me that I produced, you would be, I could write a book about it. You would be surprised. I work with so many people. I've had people jack my songs. Shall we get into the conversation of the music industry? Shall we? Shall I have a conversation about it? Let's do it, Lil. Let's dabble into a little bit of the conversation about how the music industry can sweep a carpet right from under you. While you're still standing there, by all means, pull the carpet from under you of opportunities because maybe you don't want to play the game they played, or you don't agree to giving up as much as your song or the rights to your song. Sean said we'd be talking all day. Yeah. D said, I know the feeling. Let me tell y'all something. Do you know how many records I produced without mentioning names? Because I ain't trying to get nobody trying to go after me for mentioning their name, which it actually would be true if I was to say it. But let's just say this. I produced records that you probably wouldn't even imagine, co-written and produced, or produced the whole record and wrote it. And my credit was taken from me. And there's nothing I could say because I wanted to keep business relationships. There's nothing I could do at those times because I was younger, and I just kind of had to shut my mouth and be a part of something, or talk myself out of a situation from saying, "Hey, that's mine, man. That's my song. Hey, man, what are you doing?" You know what I mean? Nights I've cried. I'm telling you some real shit. Do you know how many times I've cried with people taking my music that I produced for people? That's through the year. Now I don't do that shit no more, but I'm just showing y'all something. Because now I play hardball. All my stuff is, it was copywritten in. I was just under companies in, and they still were taking from me. But now I kind of like when a person think they're gonna take something from me, because it's easy for me to go after you, because all my stuff that I get as soon as I do it is copywritten. But let me tell you the history. I've always been a team player, so I've never argued about opportunity. I've never argued about doing my job. You understand what I'm saying? I was always the dude that was over in the corner, always getting the work done, doing the work. Nobody had to tell me to work. Nobody had to say, "Hey, Stone, man, why are you resting? Man, why are you chilling?" They be like, "Man, dude done 5 songs today. Dude just did 10 today with lyrics and music." That was me, and it still is me. Yeah. But at the same time, I've had labels steal my music, take the credit, take production credit. I've had artists come to me for records through the years, in my younger years, almost to my adult years, some in my adult years, and literally sit with me and I write a record, and I look up and they are getting interviews and magazine articles, and they're saying they produced and wrote the shit. Do y'all know the shit I've been through? Black Sea Beats, I've heard lots of horror stories about the industry getting jacked in the beginning of your music journey is almost a rite of passage. There you go. Black Sea Beats is facts. They make you feel like it's like you lucky. The Beaton said once you get a bad name in the industry, you're blackballed. And I always knew that as a young dude. DB Eaton said, but these people have no damn integrity. As a young person, I always knew. Because they always would have conversations like this. You see, be thankful for your opportunity and be careful what you say about the people that's helping you. Because, word gets around when you're talking behind people's back. These are the things that were said to us. So be careful what you say. You got an issue, come to us direct. So, people have been blackballed in this business. You don't want to be one of those. Now, they would have indirect conversations like this. But you know how many nights I've cried? There's only one person on this live that has seen me cry like that in a situation I went through with a record. One of my moderators, right there. Yeah, Mystique has seen me cry. I had a situation that was so bad, I never thought I wanted to say that I was going to hurt a person. But I actually had a situation where I wanted to do some harm to somebody. And I cried like a baby because they literally, I produced the record. I own 80% of the record. Actually, to be honest, if you want to be technically correct, about 90%. And they still went out and lied and said they was the producer on the record. And they hired me as work for hire and never paid me a dime. I've had people come to me that have gotten budgets for records, and they come to me and act like they don't have no money, and they try to get me to do. I'm just showing you the industry shit. Minus me being like, once my contracts ended with labels and people were still coming to me like, hey Stone, I need some tracks. Stone, I need something written. Can you co-write with me? Can you produce this? Co-write. What's your budget, man? I ain't. The label ain't gave me. I only got this much, and I said, I'm gonna need my money. Okay, when we get done, Stone, I got you, and I'll do a whole album only for people to start checking their pockets. Now, granted, I've been through this all my life, but when you're dealing with industry people, it's a little bit different. You don't expect them to do you that way because they get a budget. Then they check in their pockets like, oh, damn, Stone. You know what? Burn me a copy of the song, send them to me, and then send me the stems. And I got you. I'm gonna send that check, and it don't happen. Then all of a sudden, I see them in magazines, and they're talking about how they wrote and produced some shit I did. This is some of the shit I've been through, and not. I've been through a lot of that, more of that than not. Which is why my personality is the way it is when it comes to music. I don't play no games with people no more. You ain't got no money to work with me, don't call me, don't ask me to do none of that shit. Now, I tell people if I'm doing something, a project, and I take it upon myself to do the project, and it's coming out of my pocket, then that's on Stone. I say I'm putting this R&B project together or hip hop project, and I don't tell you there's a fee, and you're lucky. Just try to get with me and get it done, whatever you got to do. But if you're coming to me, and people love using this word these days, the new generation. Hey man, you want to collab, man? Hey Stone, let's collab. Collab means you want me to work for free. I don't work for free. If you go to your job every week and I show up when you get paid and I say, hey, my man, hey, let me get some of that check, man. You know what I'm saying? I'll be here every week to get some of that check. How would you feel? Because that's kind of like what you're doing to people like me. When you think I'm supposed to collab and I just supposed to put my voice on your shit and my production because you really trying to get, it's a numbers thing. You're trying to get my fans to follow you because you know as soon as the record's out, people going to see Stone Paxton got a new release. It don't matter if I'm featured on somebody's record. Whatever I'm featured on, people going to go look for my fans. So you know that's going to bring attention to you. But you want me to get on there for free like your collab is going to do me a favor. Now, if you are a major artist, if Beyonce came and said, Stone, let's collab, I already know it's going to make money regardless. Even on the low end, we're going to mess Beyonce. When my celebrity friends call me for collabs, we do it. They don't even say, let's collab. They just say, Stone, I got a song. You jump on it with me, I say, it's done deal. Or I'll call them and say, hey, I got a song, done deal. They have equity. You can't ask somebody who has equity to collab with you when what are you bringing to the table besides you asking them to collab? That's kind of low-key disrespectful. Once again, that's like them showing up to your job saying, hey, let me get your check, bro. Let me get that check. Hey, that check you get every week or every 2 weeks, let me get that check. They're like, what do you mean let you get my check? Yeah, let me get some of it. Hell no, you ain't get my check. That's the same thing. When you do that, asking people to collab who have names and who have built their names and branded themselves, you're actually asking them for their check because you haven't proven yourself and you just trying to get a collab for the name value or to be affiliated with them. That's why you don't see me. That's why you don't see my name on a lot of records. I really, if a person wants me to feature, you're going to pay me. Other than that, I'm not going to, you won't see me on nobody's records. The few records that are out there that if you look on Spotify and it'll say like Stone Paxton, and it'll say also on these records. Those people never paid me. They didn't. It was one of them situations where they want Stone, will you collab? And I did it out of love. One of the artists is an African dude, and I've been telling him, take my motherfucking voice off your motherfucking record, man. I even messaged Spotify, said I didn't give him, because the thing is, he seems to always have money to put records out, but he never have money to pay me. So I told him, take me off. I've given you 3 to 4 years to make money off, about 3 years to make money off of me. Now take me off of that motherfucking record, man. And I meant that. And I told him, if you don't take me off, I'm gonna keep pressing Spotify until they take me off. Because I didn't sign off to be on your record. You know, respect is one of the biggest things in this business. You want to make it, respect those. I never ask, no, let me tell you something. When I call a celebrity, first thing I do is I don't ask them to do it for free. I say, how much it costs for you? Even my celebrity friends, how much it costs for you to jump on this record? Stone, you ain't got to pay me nothing. Okay, I'll just, you sure? Nah, you don't owe me nothing. I at least ask them first. How much? Nothing. And if they tell me how much, I'm going to come up with the money to pay them. And I'm not going to call it a collaboration. It's called a feature. Collaboration is just a way y'all can get somebody to do some shit for free. You guys want to be successful in the music industry. You want to make money. You want to have the women, the big cars, the houses, but you don't want to pay your dues. You barely want to pay any money for studio time. And your idea of the music industry is $25 beats, $50 beats on BeatStar and other places. That's your idea of the music industry. You think that, but you want to make millions, but you barely want to pay $20, $25 for a beat when people got $20 beats online. Y'all be arguing about, and producers, you have made it bad. Ain't nobody come to me getting no goddamn $25 beat. I don't give a fuck. My shit will just sit right up in my computer on my MPC, and I will put it out and make more money than I would by letting you get it for $25. Yes, believe that. I could put the same records out, and I'm gonna make way more money than me letting you get it for $25. It don't go down like that. Not over this way. You hit me up for a beat, have your money together. It's about the quality of the producers. It's about me keeping the price where it's supposed to be so that the real producers get their respect. Now, if you want to deal with the $20 beat makers who are grabbing loops, that's all they doing. They ain't sitting there playing no keys. Always, I'm going to tell you something. When you don't see a motherfucker sitting in front of a keyboard or a drum machine creating, ask yourself one question. Do you really believe they made that from scratch? What you're gonna see is people sitting in front of a laptop. They don't even show their screen. You hear the beat and they'll be, and you're like, ooh, that's hot. But you never see them play no keys. You see them with a mouse and because that's what they doing. I call it copy and paste producers. I'm just saying, those are the ones that deserve for you to pay them the $20 beats because they ain't doing the shit no way. Once again, they're grabbing other people's loops. I'm one of those producers that produce for those companies. Yeah, them companies where artists get the beats and they put them in their computer and then they think, they lie and say they produced it. Well, I can't disclose too much, but I will say this. I'm one of those producers that produce for those companies. Through the years, so many beats a month. I get paid a residual when you use my shit. I just can't, I got a non-disclosure agreement. I can't go and tell you if I heard one of my beats and I'm like, oh shit, that's one of my beats from that company. I can't contact you because of my agreement with them. I can't message you and say, hey man, that's my name is Stone Paxton. I did that track that you just downloaded offline. I can't even say nothing because of my agreement with them. But just know that's why I know what I know. That's how I know. That's why when I tell you a lot of these cats ain't producing those tracks, they're dragging and dropping that shit in from cats like me who produce the beats. And I have a licensing deal with those companies. Now I don't do as much as I used to, but yeah, real story. So always ask yourself when you see producers and they got a monitor, but the monitor is out of your sight, or it's right like this, where only they can see it, or they got it turned a certain way, this way, where you can't really see what their hands doing, and they don't have no keyboard in front of them playing. Would you pay 1,500, 5,000? I'm gonna ask you a question. If I was sitting on my laptop and grabbing stuff and just dumping it, would that be worth $20 or would that be worth 5 grand? If you can do it, why would it be worth 5 grand? If you can do the same thing I'm doing at the quality level I'm doing it, you're gonna be like, I'm gonna pay 20. And that's why you see the little hustle. When you see them cats 10 beats for $40, that's totally degrading the production game. And I hate it. It's degrading the production game because it makes the cats will meet a guy like me and they'll say, hey, OG, how much you charge for it? When I tell them, they lose their mind and fall out. I said, what's wrong with you? Man, I ain't never paid that much for a beat. I paid $25 for my beats. Take your little ass right on over there and keep paying $25 for a beat that I could tell you how to go get that same beat and they selling you the 25. I can at least show you how to go get that same beat, the same stuff they using. But to show you what I do would take years to really learn it and learn it well. And what me and my other peers do. So yeah, y'all coming on my live, all the people that have come on my live and you want to ask me to collaborate, I charge $5,000 a track. High end, low end, 1,500. I work with people though. I work with people, but just don't come at me with that $20, $25 mentality. I get my money. And I don't care if you don't come to me for a beat, because there's people that do all the time. Just know that. If you believe you're worth $20, then go get that. All I know is if you could come in my studio, you're gonna sit right next to me. I'm gonna make a track from scratch. Ain't no beat sites and where can I find your beat, Stone? No, you gotta call me up. Ain't no where can you find my beats? Nowhere but here. There's no where can you find it. You have found it right here. My Studio B, Studio A. You really want to work with me, that is the way. Now, I'm not saying I wouldn't work with you, work a deal with you, but I'm just letting you know what I get paid. Now, typically, the average person can't afford that, and I get it. But it still don't mean you're gonna come to me for free, and I'm gonna just be like, all right, man, since you can't afford 5 grand or 1,500, I'm gonna do it for free. I'm still not doing it for free. I spent 43 years getting in this position, blood, sweat, and real tears, and sweat and tears. For somebody to say, can I get some? No, I would never ask nobody to do nothing for free for me. I respect all people. My homeboy could own a restaurant. I go there, I support. I don't ask for nothing free. All my friends that have owned businesses, I've always supported them. I don't say, let me get a free, hey man, let me get a free meal, man. Nope. I go in there like a customer and I support. They choose to give me a discount, I take it. If not, I'm supporting them. Everybody wants to be a star, but nobody wants to operate in a way that's going to give them that back. Whatever you put in is what you get out. If you cheat, trust me, your results are always gonna be cheap results. I'm just telling you the real. I didn't make none of this shit up. It's the law of the universe. Whatever you put into everything you do is what you're gonna get out. If you put in cheap into your life, you're gonna get cheap out. If you put in cheap into a relationship, cheap attitude, cheap personality, you're gonna get that same thing back from that woman. You're gonna get cheap energy. If you put out cheap energy into your education, you're gonna get cheap, you ain't gonna really learn shit. It's gonna be all cheap shit. It's the spirit of that shit. You can't want to be a millionaire and your mentality is a penny air. You operate on a penny mentality, but you think you should be a millionaire and a superstar. God's gonna bless me to be a great star. But as soon as somebody say, "Hey man, this studio time is 85 an hour," what? Man, that studio over here charge. Take your monkey ass over there then. Whatever you create in your world is what you're going to manifest. If it's weakness, it's weakness. If it's positivity, success, it's that. But just know you're not going to be a millionaire if you operate off a mentality of being a cheap person, you've already told the universe you're cheap. So what do you think the universe is going to give you? Those same results. It only gives back what you put out. It's made of atoms and molecules. Whatever you put out is what it gives back. That's why you can't fake the universal law. Karma is good and bad. There's good karma and bad karma. So whatever you put out is exactly what you're going to get back. Trust me, I promise you. If you think you're going to hustle a person out of, you got game, you're going to hustle people, somebody going to hustle you. It's the same cycle. Business, streets, relationships, job, friendships, it's all the same thing. It all applies to all of that. Real life, man. You can't think that you're fooling God either, because he already know what you're thinking before you even think it. So there's people right now in their room crying about wanting to be a star. I want to be a star, God, please, man. It's all I want, Lord. And they ain't even getting up working towards it. Because some people, see, this manifest shit has gotten out of hand. And let me tell you what I'm talking about. This manifesting shit has gotten completely out of hand. You got people sitting at home every day. I want a green car. I want a green car. I want I know a new Mercedes. I want a new Mercedes. New Mercedes. New Mercedes. Green color Mercedes. It's going to come tomorrow. It's going to come tomorrow. That's okay to do that. But you're manifesting without working towards it. It's like a car without gas. You got a beautiful car, but you ain't got no gas. You ain't going nowhere. You just going to be sitting in the driveway looking at it. That's the mentality. This whole manifest thing has got, now people really think they just sit around manifest and shit just gonna be a lockout. It's gonna drop down. You can't manifest something without working toward. You can manifest it, but you also got to work towards it. Now the manifestation kind of puts it into play in the universal law, but you got to walk forward. It's like you standing outside. It's equivalent of a car sitting in your driveway, and you're saying, I'm gonna make this car drive around the corner by itself, and you're like this, drive car, drive. Start up now, back up, drive. It's the same concept. You're telling yourself you want things to happen, but you're sitting at home eating and watching TV all day. But you're saying, oh, I believe I'm going to be successful, and I know. It doesn't matter what nobody say. And you're right. It doesn't matter what nobody say. But what you forgot to put in that recipe is you got to get up and work towards it. That's how the manifestation happens. You manifest it, you believe it, you receive it, you believe it, and you achieve it. Part of that achieving it is working towards it. So for those that think that you want to be a millionaire on a nickel concept, or you don't believe in investing in yourself, or why you even need to buy or work with a quality producer, your results, I promise you, and some of you that are watching this have been through this already, so I'm not telling you nothing new. Watch yourself in 2 years. If you're still in the same place in 2 years, then you know what I'm saying is a fact. Watch yourself in 6 months. If your progress has not expanded in 6 months, then you know what Stone is saying is a fact. Watch yourself in 5 years. If nothing has happened for you and nothing's changed and things haven't gotten better, even in the smallest way for your career, then you know that it's something you're not doing right. Get out of the penny mentality. Stop acting cheap. Stop making excuses. Do what you have to do in a good way. I'm not saying go out and do nothing crazy to do it, to get money to do what you have to do. There's too many things you can do positive to be successful and to do what you got to do to have the money you need to go move forward. You can take out a bank loan. You can get investors and friends who believe in you if you're really trying to do it right. Or you can keep doing it the way you've been doing it. You smoke a little ganja, and then you sit around your buddies and y'all hype each other up and talk about how tight the song is, and it never come out and it never does nothing. And when it does come out, y'all don't even know the business or how to even make it even do anything. So it just kind of just does this and just that's it. But you feel like you're a star, and every rapper that comes out or singer, you feel like you better than them. But maybe what they had differently than you is they believed in themselves enough to invest. They never made excuses. And they definitely wasn't trying to buy no $20 beats. I'm just saying they didn't have that mentality. Like, oh, I got to have a $20 beat. And if a producer tells me this is what he charged, I ain't going to pay that shit. As soon as you say you don't want to pay somebody for the work, there's an executive saying, I ain't going to sign that shit about you. I ain't going to sign that shit. It's just a law. It's a law of the universe. You kind of get how that works. You see what I'm saying? Soon as I say, I don't need to work that kid. I want to work with this person. And they say, well, this is what I charge. Man, I don't need to work with him, man. F that, man. That's too much. Now you got a demo because you went and got the $20 beat. Now you met somebody who said, oh, yeah, send me your stuff. And then they hear it and they go, man, I don't even want to sign that shit. That's garbage. Now you feel like they hating on you. But in reality, you hated on yourself. You created a law in your own universe. It's called karma code. It's the karma code. It is a code. There is a code. It is a karma code. And you just created that even bigger in your life when you disrespect people. And that's why I'm careful. This is why when I do records with people, I give people they publishing, I give them 50%. Listen, it's cut in my studio. I could say I own, in reality, I could say, listen, it's in my studio, man. I want 80%. I produced it. I'm investing in it. I don't do that. Everybody on this compilation is getting 50, but we're splitting equal down the middle. Now, where do you hear that at? When was the last time you heard a producer's giving an equal amount of money after doing all the work and putting the record out? But this is how I've won. Because I don't calculate other people's money. Like I'm not sitting back thinking about all the artists I'm gonna put out and how I'm gonna take all these percentages from them. I go, I'm only gonna take what's mine. My 50%, I'm gonna give them their 50. Then we good. Mm-hmm. That's the way it should be. It's called a karma code. That's why things work for me. That's why things always work for me. That's why even through the toughest times in my life, I'm successful. Things always work for me. I'm never in the same place every year. I'm further and further than where I was a year ago. That's when you know you're progressing. That's when you know what you're doing is working. Because I give and I'm not greedy. I'm not trying to take anything from anybody. And I could be selfish and never help nobody. I could say, you know what? I'm gonna put out 3,000 records of Stone Paxton. Man, I ain't trying to mess with I ain't trying to help no artist. I could be greedy and selfish and just focus on myself. I could do that. Tomorrow I could wake up and be like, I'm not helping nobody no more. But I've never done that because my life success has been based on me helping people. Really. That's been my life. Helping artists get to where they need to get. Some listened, most didn't. The ones that listened won. Most of them didn't. They thought they knew, or they end up creating negative energy with me, and I walked away from them, and then they still doing the same shit they was doing 10, 15, 20 years ago. I still see some of them. Like, man, I see you. I saw you on TV, man. Man, I see your rep, man. You always dropping records, man. I saw you on Unsung with that group Troop. I saw you, man. I saw you that show, man. You be overseas, and I just be like, yeah. How you doing, man? Oh, I'm doing good, man. I'm still trying to do this music thing. So that's 25 years ago. Ain't nothing working for you? Nah, man, you was right though. I should, Stone Man can, hopefully we can work together again. Nah, that'll never happen. Once I cut people off, I'm done. Ain't no get back with me. When I'm done with you, there's no get back. You can't call me and say, I'm sorry, I'll forgive you. I said, oh, I forgive you, but I can't fuck with you. I'm showing you the science of the mechanism. Y'all get where I'm coming from? I'm showing you the science of the mechanism. Blessed B say we don't get blessed being exactly. Yo, Marvin said, why you crop son? What are you talking about, Marvin? Yo, Marvin, what are you talking about? Why am I crop? What do you mean? Crop what? What are you talking about? It's long ways. You talking about the camera, fam? I don't know what you're talking about, man. The DB Eaton said, "Damn Stone, you dropping a lot of history and wealth of knowledge, D." You know I have to, D, because so many people come into my life that don't know me. Chances are, if I say something and somebody's coming in, maybe I'll say something to inspire somebody. Eric, hit that thumbs up when y'all come into this live, fam. No, it's not cropped. I don't know what you're talking about, crop. Is my camera cropped, y'all? I mean, I'm seeing everything. It's He's saying my camera's cropped. What I mean, do y'all know what is it cropped for you guys? He say your camera dog shit's cropped. Did my camera look cropped to y'all? Does it look cropped, you guys? Yo, bro, what are you talking about crop? Everybody saying ain't nothing wrong. You smoke a couple y'all, bro? Grundar, bro, you about to be blocked, family. Yeo Martin, in a minute and some seconds, you about to be blocked, bro. Like on some real shit. Cause I don't know what kind of troll shit you trying to run. You came in cool. Y'all thought you was cool. But I'm about to block you permanently. I ain't up in here for no games, bro. Like if you ain't here to learn some shit about some music shit, then bro, it ain't the place for you. Just keep that shit moving. Y'all see what I'm saying though? Peanut headed motherfuckers come across my channel and they got the opportunity to learn some shit from somebody who's been in this game a long time. But they come in here and they don't even have enough discipline to just be like, all right, I'm gonna listen to OG. Well, I'm just take my little monkey ass back over and get off live and go smoke my little yah, whatever I'm smoking on, right? But come up in here like that, bro. Huh? Why? What's your point, man? You think I earned this gray because I painted it on? No, I earned it because I have common sense and knowledge and wisdom. And if you live long enough and you're able to see this, that means you done some shit. That means you done some shit to be here. You understand? If you still look as young as I do and still have that, means you done some shit. So don't come up in here on some cornball shit talking about my camera's cropped because you trying to bring the attention off of what I'm talking about. Stay your fucking ass in your room and do whatever the fuck you doing. Stay the fuck up out my live before I say some shit to embarrass your ass. Or block you permanently. It don't matter to me. Exactly, Pete. He can choose to leave. I don't know why he don't just leave. Just take your monkey ass somewhere. Go in your living room. Go back to the PlayStation. Fuck up out my life with that. It is wasted energy. Eric, cats just be on. They just I already know when they done smoke something or they just didn't take their meds today. I can tell which ones didn't take their meds and which ones have smoked something. In his case, he done smoked on something. Listen, here's my goal. We come on this live for escapism, right? To talk about the things that can ease our mind because of all the bullshit that when we turn on our TV, right? So you guys come to my live because I make it fun and we have fun and we create these records that are gonna come out and you're gonna hear it. Y'all know when y'all come on my live, I'm spitting something about something, even if when I'm talking about politics or our community. But I try to separate that from the music because you guys told me you wanted to see me do more of my music, which is why you see me doing it. That's what y'all said. I will come on every day talking about politics, community, and stuff that's going on in our community with black folks. You guys said, Stone, we love to see you do more. When are you going to do more music? And I started doing it. And I started doing the music, and we get clowns in here who either they don't want to listen or they just are not good in school. They weren't good at listening, and they probably failed every class or close to it because they just have a problem with discipline. Black C said, smoke that ooh wee. Eric said, I'm trying to learn more. Right, right, Eric? That's what I'm saying. Let me play this and turn it down. Hold on. Eric said, I'm trying to learn more. D said, I'm so glad I found your channel, Stone. It's truly a blessing. D, I'm glad you're here at my channel, family. I appreciate you, bro. I really do, man. I appreciate you. It's brothers like you, brothers and sisters like you guys, that make my channel what it is and keep it going. If it weren't for you guys, I wouldn't even be here. You guys are the reason why I want to get on every day and pour out music and conversation to you guys. And the beautiful part about it is you get to hear me create these records, and it's like you're a part of these records because you sit here with me, I create them, then you watch me record, and then all of a sudden it comes out and you're like, oh shit. We watched that whole process, and now we get to sit at home and listen to the single that we were part of watching Stone create. Imagine. I want you to imagine. Imagine being a part of Tupac's recording sessions. Imagine being able to be there when he was recording. That's what I'm giving you guys. I'm giving you an exclusive entry ticket to my sessions when I record artists and when I create this music. And then when it comes out, you are a part of it. So that makes it more special because you got to see me record it on live. That's nobody, I mean, who has done that in the history of music? There's stuff that I do now I see other people trying to copy. Leanne said, yes, that's the best part. I love it. Even when we record this song, me and Packy, this time y'all gonna hear the music and him recording each part. We're gonna go live. I'm gonna have it to where you hear the reverb, everything. Grunda said, what you told about getting out, what you putting into really corresponds with my personal experiences. And making music, it is financially and artistically. Thank you. Thank you. Hey, my brother, my new brother, you know, I got a lot of brothers on there. Grundar, he said something deep. Made him think about his music production financially and artistically. Didi said, I'm retired, so I got time. There you go, D. He be eating, let's go, D. Eric said, but I'm gonna take the vibe and inspiration to create. And that's all I want to do. Get on here and inspire people. At 55 years old, I want people to know this shit don't end until you choose that you want it to end. They say it ain't over till the fat lady sing. No, it ain't over until you choose that it's over. And it don't ever have to be over. If you love music, you do it first because you love it. And because that passion is there, that's when it works for you. Because you're putting in that real passion from the heart. And the money comes. If you stay with it and you love it, trust me, the money comes. That's just the way it works. Ray, hit that thumbs up, family. What's up, brother Ray? Ray said, exactly 100% Pax. You're the ninja for real. Sharon said, you're starting a new trend. I've noticed similar styles and random channels. Oh, yeah, people trying to copy off me. I see it. I see what they're doing. It's like, but you know what they say? When God gives you something to do, I know some celebrities trying to do what I'm doing all of a sudden. When God gives you something to do, it's for you to do. He sent you to do it. It don't mean it's gonna work. He sent you to do it. And my swag makes it extra special, just as because it's me. And something outside the box. Free Beat Audio said, thank you for the inspiration, brother. Absolutely, family. Gundu, he said, just when I thought I was out, they pulled me back in. Come on, let's go, family. Let's go. You got to remember, us artists are like superheroes. Each one of us, we come together, right? We're like one big power. And when we create positive music, it shoots the vibration into the universe and it changes the frequency of the world. I know y'all think I'm crazy. Stone over there talking that crazy frequency and spiritual shit, but I'm telling you, together we are considered one big number. And when we're shooting out positive energy, it actually changes. It changes the numbers within the universe as far as vibration of frequency. Right, Pete. Thank you. And that's me. I ain't that. Try and say thank you. Yep. Grundar said, I feel like I have some work to do after this class. Listen, I want you guys to remember something. Remember this. Nothing comes to a sleeper. We've all heard this except for dreams. And dreams are a manifestation of your unconscious mind when you're in a state of sleep. So even when you wake up, I've had a dream. Oh my God, I felt like I had money in my hand, and when I wrecked in my pocket, woke up, it was gone. You're in the subliminal state of mind. You're in a unconscious state of mind. It's all in your cerebral cortex. But you can wake up and actually make that happen. And money you saw, you can actually make it happen because now in the physical world, you have to make it into something real. What up, CC? I promise you, if you're an artist and you're really trying to make it, and you put extra, if you're already at 50%, you put an extra 10% into, you will see a difference in your progress. Just that little extra 10%. So then you imagine putting the extra 20%. You know, most of us are not even using 10% of our brains. Have you guys even thought about that? Most people are not even using 90%. They're using about 10% of their brain. Can you imagine when we start using 90% of our brain? There's parts of our brain we're not even using because you're not using your mind to the fullest capacity. Duncan, what's up, family? Hit that thumbs up as you guys are coming into the live, please. I appreciate you. Honestly, when they talk about telepathic people and people being able to move things, for those that believe in that, because I do, because I move things. Hey, y'all go look at me like, here goes Stone. Those are people that are using at least 20% or more of their brain. There's been studies done. We're only using 10% of our brain, the average person. So can you imagine? And musicians use a little bit more, just so you know. Musicians use more of their brain. That's how they're able to create out of nowhere. They use more of their brain than the average person does, because it takes that for us to create. That's why musicians are looked at as weird and strange. And you understand? And how did you create that out of the blue? Where did that come from? Because we're using parts of our brain that most people never use. Core Bank say, you know what you're talking about. You're teaching what we don't know. Leanne said it's more possible than people think. Let me show you guys something. How many of you guys have ever been on my live when I'm talking and I'm excited? Eric said, I'm starting to listen to chord progressions in my sleep. Good. Because what happens is it sticks into your cerebral cortex. Rondon said, I'm grateful to my creative mind. Yes, exactly. Because we got to be thankful for it. That's how the universe opens up more to give to us. If we're thankful for the little bit, it'll give us more. I'm telling you, it'll give us more, you guys. If we appreciate it, it will open up and give us more. It's like the pineal gland opening. The other day, I was sitting in my kitchen. I've been on my live with you guys a lot, and y'all look at me. I'll be talking and excited. And I say, "Oh my God, did you see that? Did you see that just fall? Did you see that?" And I know y'all be like, "Stone is," and then people will go back and replay my videos, and they'll message me like, "Oh, Stone, remember you said I saw that. I saw that." My moderators be saying, "I saw that." Like when my energy is at a certain level and I'm vibrating, things around me. This is when I know I'm using deeper parts of my cerebral cortex. I was in the kitchen the other day. I was talking, and Chef Banner was here. And if she was here right now, she'd tell you I'm talking to her. And many times I've told her and Mystique and other people, I said, man, sometimes I'll be talking and you guys are in the camera's views, you don't see. And I'll be talking and something next to me, like my TV control or something, it'll literally move like this. I'm gonna show you. I have my TV control I was sitting in the kitchen talking to Chef Banner, and my TV control was flat. I'm gonna show you something. And this only happens when I am thinking very hard on a conversation. I'm having a very serious conversation, and my mind is in motion, and I'm thinking. My control did this. I kid you not. She saw it. It was laying flat, and it did this. That happens to me all the time. This ain't no joke. All the time, all my life. I was talking to this lady standing in front of her house one time. I'll never forget this. And I'm standing in front of her house. She was in her garage. And I was actually on my bike. I was riding around. I was talking to her, and I stopped. And I said, "How you doing, man?" She said, "I'm doing good." And I'm talking to her. My energy is, I'm having an exciting conversation. And all of a sudden, her blinds upstairs in her house did this. Like somebody looked out the window to hear if somebody was talking, right? To this day, I can't explain what it was. So I say to her, I said, your son I didn't know if she had a son or not. But I just said, "Oh, your son just looked out the window. He must have heard us talking as I'm talking to you." She said, "What you say?" I say, "Your son just looked out the window." She said, "First of all, how you know I got a son? And second of all, my son ain't here." I said, "Well, I just assumed somebody opened the window, and I realized that was my vibration of my energy. It did this. It opened, the blinds open, and they kept swinging. And eventually it stopped." She said, "Boy, you gonna have to come in here and look into," and she said something like, "Boy, you gonna have to come into my house and look and make sure ain't nobody in my house." And I came in and I stuck my head in the door. And when I looked in, the steps led up to a window that was at least 10 feet high. So you'd have to have a ladder to get up to that window. And that freaked me out. I said, "Oh my God." I said, "You can't even get to that window." She said, "I know." So when you said it, she said, you saw." I said, "Yes, ma'am. The blind swung." So as that continued to happen through the years, I realized that when I'm vibrating at a certain energy and having conversations, things around me move. Many times I've been on my live and I've said to you guys, "Did you guys see that? Oh my God, did you guys see that?" And I know you're like, "What the hell is Stone talking about?" But if you go back, replay those videos, my moderators have seen what I'm saying. Things happen around me because of my energy. That comes from all the years of meditation because I meditate a lot. Not normal. I meditate, over meditate, constantly meditating, constantly chanting, constantly meditating. Dejanay said, I've had hooks and lyrics come into my dreams. I had to wake up sleepy and incoherent just to record it." Ooh, I like that. So I wouldn't forget it upon waking. Dejanay, listen, right out. You know how many times that's happened to me? And sometimes I'll wake up, I'll tell myself, oh, I'm not gonna forget it. So I keep a phone or recorder next to my bed. Leanne said we have to allow these gifts and talents to manifest, but if you don't truly believe, you'll miss it. Yes, you will. Hey, Heed, what's up, family? Hit that thumbs up. Dejanay and Heed, I appreciate you guys. I've learned to accept my gift. Yeah, voice notes. Heck yeah. I'm gonna tell y'all a story. Don't laugh at me. This is no joke. This was years ago. I don't want y'all to be sitting there laughing at me, right? I had a dream, and I'm gonna let you hear the song one day. I'm gonna pull it up and let you hear it. It's gonna blow y'all mind. I wrote this song called Newborn Baby, right? I had a dream. And this is no joke. I had a dream, and I have no idea why. This was years ago. This is probably about, it had to be a good 15 years ago. I woke up, told my ex-wife, I said, damn, I just had a dream that Puppy Combs gave me a melody. And I woke up singing the melody, right? I'm humming the melody. And she's like, what's wrong with you? I said, I got to run downstairs. I ran to the piano. I played the chords, and I recorded the chords on the recorder so I don't forget them. And I hummed the melody because he hummed me a melody. He said, I need you to record this song. I need you to do this. And he hummed me the melody, right? I recorded this song. It's called I've Never Had a Child in My Life, right? So I got to see when that date was because it could have been when he was having his first child. I don't know. I'm just connected to the universe. But anyway, he sung the melody to me. I woke up singing the melody and hearing the piano. I went downstairs and I wrote this song. And it sounds like a god doggone Stevie Wonder song out of the Stevie Wonder playbook. And when I tell you guys this song is a smash, I did it and just put it in my library. And it's a beautiful song called Newborn Baby. God has blessed me with a newborn baby. And this song is beautiful. I'm going to find that song and play it for you guys. But he sung the melody to me in my dreams. This was 15 years ago. And I said, you know what? When I run into him again, I'm going to say, hey, bro, and you were in my dream and you said, hey, man, I got this song. I need you to write this song, man. Here's the melody. Ba-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Ba-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Ba-da-da. So he hummed it to me, right? And I went downstairs, woke up with it fresh in my head and wrote it. And when you hear this song, I'm thinking about redoing it and releasing it. That's how crazy of a song it is. Because I was hitting these crazy notes, man. This song is just such a beautiful written song. Dejanay, yeah, it's crazy. You guys are the first people I've ever told that story, but it's a real story. Grandu said, I have believed in spirits or ghosts until I felt my mother dying from 3 a.m. away. Oh, man. Y'all want it? Hey, Grandu Heat. Grandu Heat. Let me tell you another story. It's crazy you say that. Leon said, that's why I keep pen and notebook by my bed. Exactly, Leanne. So Christmas, New Year's, no, Christmas Eve of 2000 and Christmas of 2002, Christmas Eve. I'm in the studio and I start writing this song. And I didn't know why I was writing this song, man. I was writing this song about, I still got it, about like missing you and seeing you again. And, you know, it was like about somebody. It was like a story I was telling, like, but it was like me telling a story about somebody. Like I'm telling them I'm missing you and I'll see you again and like in the next life. And it was strange. My studio was full of people and I stopped and I started writing this song. That was Christmas Eve. I get a call the next morning It's my mom telling me my brother passed away. They didn't want to call me, but he passed away Christmas Eve. And it was the same time I was writing that song. And my brother was passing away, and I was writing the song about him and probably what he was feeling, because I was writing the song as if I'm leaving and like I'm telling somebody I'm gonna miss you and all this. I still got the song. And my brother passed away on Christmas Eve, just like my father did years later. But he was in the hospital dying as I was writing that song, and my spirit must have felt him. H&A, for real. A song will break you down. Leanne said, I grew up in 200 homes that were my interest came from. That's where my interest came from, and I've been a paranormal investigator since 2013. Leanne, I'm gonna send you a video. You gotta message me on Instagram. I'm gonna send you a video that's going to blow your mind. I know it's sad. And if I play you this song, all of you guys will break down crying. Let me tell you guys something. My father passed away on Christmas Eve, just like my brother, 2 years ago. Yeah, 2 years ago. So my nieces, they called me and they were trying to cheer me up. So I put on a video. I wanted to send them back a video to them of me cheering them up and thanking them for doing that, right? So I acted silly. I set up my camera and I was like dancing, doing something silly, right? To record to send to them. I send to them, and then I send it to Mystique, right? Rondu, he said, blood sets a powerful connection. We can't see with our eyes, but our hearts feel. I feel my mother died while I was recording a verse, and it felt like losing 50 pounds. Wow, a second. Bro, that's heavy. That's heavy, bro. Oh, thank you, P. So I did a video, P, and I'm dancing and trying to cheer my nieces up because they were cheering me up. So I sent them the video, but then I sent it to Mystique, my moderator. She's on here. I sent her the video. She says to me, have you looked at this video? I said, yeah, I just did it. She said, no. You got to look at this video. She said, just look at it really good. She screenshot it and showed me that there was something behind me, right? And you guys, look, I went back and watched it. So it was so thick, it looked like somebody had taken a cigarette and puffed something out in the shape. But it came around me as I'm dancing, playing around on camera. I didn't see it when I was doing it, of course. I didn't see it on the camera behind me. But it went around me, and then it went over me. And when it came over me, it turned into a music note. Y'all hear what I'm saying? It turned into a music note. Leanne, if you message me on Instagram, I'm gonna send you that video so you can watch it and you'll see what I'm saying. Now I'll screenshot behind me, but you're gonna see it. It was so thick, you guys. It looked like it was hard to explain. It looked like a painting, like somebody was standing there painting something really thick into it. It's just hard. It was so transparent that you could look like you could grab it. It's no joke. And it was silver, white silver. Very transparent. You could see it. It went around me and it turned into a music note. And then it disappeared. Big. Very big. I mean, it was probably about this big on my camera. Very defined shape of a music note, like maybe just a note, a regular music note, not a treble clef or anything like that. Just a note in the staff, like a B or C, right? Yeah, my moderator right here, Mystique, she's the one that told me to look at the video and look behind me. and it tripped me out. I sent it to my cousin. My cousin freaked out. My cousin was like, I don't want to see that. I said, there's nothing to be scared of. So let me tell you what I did afterwards. So I started setting my camera up, right? Because my house has a lot of great energy because I meditate and chant all the time. I noticed I don't see these frequencies manifesting themselves in the form of shapes of, notes and stuff until I either sing, I play instruments, I play music, it pops up. So I went to my piano, I set my camera up, and I start playing the track, creating the track. You start seeing them pop up in front of my camera. It's just going crazy. It popped up. I stopped, it stops. So I showed it to Lucy, right? I showed it to Lucy, a friend of mine. I showed it to Lucy. Lucy's like my family. I showed her the video and she said, wow, I said, yeah, Lucy, that's crazy, right? She said, yeah. I showed it to Mystique. I showed it to a few other people. So Lucy says to me, can you make it do it again? I said, I don't know. I said, let's go down to the studio. So I went down to the studio. I turned my camera on and she was kind of like kneeled on the floor. And she was like, I want to see it. And I start saying, okay, you guys, she wants to see you guys. I'm going to keep talking because my voice activates it too, right? I said, she wants to see, let me see if they'll come. I said, she wants to see you guys. And on point, when I said she wants to see you guys, I recorded this. They start coming in front of the camera. And they go, one, you could see them clear. They coming in front of the camera. I said, oh my goodness. And I recorded it and I turned around and showed it to her. I got all that footage. No, this is no joke. This is for real. A lot of times when you vibrate at a certain frequency, certain energies like music. They like music because music vibrates at a very high frequency. So certain spiritual energies the positive spiritual energies love music. And they'll do a manifestation in a positive way around you, right? Because music breeds positivity. The right music breeds high frequency positivity. But I noticed that only happens whenever. But now I see it happening. I could be in the bathroom. I could literally be on the toilet, right? And I'm looking. And you know how you see lint sometimes? I've done it on camera with you guys. And I've been in my living room on camera. No joke. I kid you not. Hold on. I'm trying to find something. Anyway, you know how you have those little sprinkle things that be on your Christmas tree? Right? And they're still in your house. Like you can put up a Christmas tree and it's still sitting around. So I had those little white ones, right? That hang from the Christmas tree. They're little sprinkles. So I was on a live. I can't remember which one it was, but I think CC and Mystique was on there. And I'm talking. And literally as I'm talking, something drops right in front of me. It's like this. And I go, because it came down front. And I did this. What the fuck? And I looked on the floor and I picked it up and it was a thing from the Christmas tree, but the Christmas tree wasn't up. And I was like, how in the fuck did that fall down? Like something was standing over me and just dropped it. Like, hey, I'm here. I got your back, man. I'm serious, you guys. Listen, but the energy is, if you come to my house, from the time you walk into the house, you'll feel the energy. Positive. Positive. There's a guy that came to my house, and there was a guy that was in the studio with me. So check this out. He was in the studio, and his name was King Tut. Once again, Mystique was here when that happened too. And him and his wife came. He sat down on my couch. We started having a long conversation. He said Tupac told him to come to my studio and to finish what he started. And I said, what do you mean? He said, well, Tupac told me that the Hail Mary song, he didn't want to do it that way. He wanted to do it another way. And he told me in spirit that to come and do this song the way he was going to do it. So I said, well, I knew Pac, right? He said, really? And I pointed at the wall. I said, I was the first producer to produce a tribute to Tupac. So he said, wow, that's crazy. I didn't even know that. And then I said, I met Pac in D.C. He said, what year? And I told him, he said, oh, I was going to school in D.C. I was there at that time because I was trying to get in when they were performing, when Biggie, when Puffy was doing his introduction, because Biggie hadn't even been out yet, right? So he said I was in. I said I was there. So there's the two things that connected him and I already together, right? The third thing that connected us, and he said, yeah, man, because you know my birthday is on February the 23rd. I said, what? You bullshitting. He said, yeah. I said, guess when my birthday is? He said, when? I said, February the 22nd. He said, man, me and you meeting is like the two planets colliding. His exact words, right? He said, damn, that's crazy. So as I was talking, he does this, you guys. Leanne, he does this. He's sitting across from me. My artist, DVP 702, is over on the floor. Mystique is sitting on the steps. His wife was sitting next to him. I'm in the front of them, sitting in my chair, in the same chair, just like this. He does this. And he's doing that. And I say, okay. And his wife go, oh my God. I already knew what he was about to say. He say, man, they're big. I say, what? He say, man, he said, and his eyes were bucked. Like he acted like he had saw a ghost. He was, but I already knew what he was gonna say because people do that all the time when they come to my studio. They pick up, they feel these energies, the people that are tapped in. He said, man, he said, you got protectors around you. I say, okay. I said, keep going. I said, I already know what you're about to say. He said, man, he said, man, they're big. He said, they're big, they're huge. Well, I'm a Buddhist. So in Buddhism, they believe that when you're a Buddhist and you're doing right, you get the assigned protectors that protect you, that are around you. They're big, like samurai looking protectors, right? The way he was describing these protectors around me, he was freaked out. So we recorded, right? We recorded. I usually don't hug people. I'm one of those guys where I barely shake hands with people. I just don't like mixing my energy, right? Some people take it personal. I'll bow to them. I won't shake hands. That's just me, right? It's rare. But that night I felt compelled to do this. I grabbed him, did that, walked him out. When I come back in my studio, when people come and go, I stage the studio. All right? So I picked up the sage. I began to sage my studio. I always start from the top to the bottom, out into the garage, and then back up and put the sage up. So I got the sage on a plate. Mind you, sage doesn't really get that hot, right? Right? Y'all agree? It burns, but not at a rate that could melt plastic or break a plate. Y'all agree? You guys agree? Yes? Yay? Yay? I staged the studio. I staged upstairs wherever they went. I staged in the garage. I go to getting ready to drop the plate. Once again, my moderator Mystique was right here when it happened. She was here. I got it in my hand. I'm about to put this plate down. As I got ready to put this plate down on the table, listen to this sound. I hear this exact sound. Just like that. The plate explodes in my hand. And 15,000 little shards and shoots all the way across to my balcony, to the balcony door. I'm freaked out. I'm still like this. I'm in shock. I'm like, Mystique runs and said, what was that sound? I'm like, I said, this. I look down, the rug is kind of like it was gonna, it was burning the rug. I kind of put it out. And I'm still like, it's like, oh my God. She said, you heard? I said, no. I said, oh my God, I don't know what happened. I didn't know what to think. I look around, there's pieces way over there. It just kind of blew into like a planet exploding, you guys, like into little shards. Let me ask you a question. For all my people on here that burn sage, like I do, how many times have you seen sage actually disintegrate a plate into little small pieces and make it explode? How do you explain that? I've not had anyone able to explain that to me except for telling me that my energy at that time, my frequency was vibrating at a very, whatever was going on with me was vibrating at a very high frequency. The last thing that guy said to me is, me and you meeting is like the supernova. If you know what the supernova is, you understand. He's like, me and you meeting is like a supernova, the two planets colliding, he said. I text this guy, I said, bro, let me send you something. He said, what's that? I said, I was saging the house, and I said, that's the plate. It blew up in like trillions of little pieces, like literally. He said, what? He never came back to my house again. Leanne said, I've never seen that before, and I use that a lot. Customer Akatar, what's up, family? Leanne, to this day, I can't explain, and once again, my moderator Mystique was there. To this day, I cannot explain what happened. But a lot of things happened that night. Remember, he saw those protectors around me, but he never came back to finish his song. And to this day, he never told me why. But he acted scared when he saw those protectors, Leanne. He was freaked out. Now, when the plate exploded, it didn't cut my hand. I didn't get cut, nothing. It didn't explode in big pieces. Once again, it imploded in tons of little pieces. It's a real story. I know the things I say might sound real movie-ish. My life is like that. Everything about my life is like, you be like, dude, your life is like a freaking movie. Reality show and movie. That's what everybody says to me. Real story. But then I realized, Leanne, I meditate a lot. I chant a lot. And when you do that, you create a greater spiritual atonement to where your body vibrates at a very high frequency. And you can break plates and things break and move around you because you're constantly increasing your vibration through meditation. Reaching nirvana is the ultimate goal in Buddhism. Our quest is to reach nirvana. That's what our mission is always to reach nirvana. CC say it's real song. I know. CC, I've been living it all my life. I was scared of it for many years, but I've embraced it. I'm no longer scared of it. I used to be really scared of it. Listen what Leanne said. Leanne said, and Leanne, I'm going to show you something. I don't even do the plate no more. Let me tell you what I do. This is what I burn my sage in now. Look. You see? I switched. I burn my sage and everything in this now. This is what I burn it in now. I don't even mess with the plates though, because that wouldn't freak me out. I don't even mess with the plates no more. This is what I burn them in now. Now you heard what Leanne said. She said she's never ever seen that. But how many of you guys burn your sage in a plate? How many people on here has burned their sage in a plate? Use a plate to burn it. Christian Luna said, what made you break away? What made you take the leap? Chris Luna, good question. I've been a Buddhist now, Chris, for 30 years. About maybe 35. I grew up my mom was an evangelist, and she used to catch me in a room meditating at night. Like, I'd be like this as a kid. My aunt and my mom, I'd be like this. They turn on the lights, and I'm like this. Mama, what the hell are you doing, boy? I'm meditating. You meditating to who? You meditating the devil or something? You in this dark in here, get your ass up out of it. And I continue to do it. I got in trouble for this, but I didn't know what and why I was searching. What I was searching for, I didn't know. I just didn't know why I kept always finding myself, interested in meditation. I didn't know anything about it as a kid. Nobody taught me that. Nobody taught me. There was nobody said, hey, youngster, I'm going to teach you how to meditate. I caught myself and found myself doing this at 7 and 8. And I was getting in trouble because my mom was an evangelist. And she was like, we ain't having all that meditating in the dark. I don't know who you think you meditating to. Get your ass up out that room. Real story. So I was always in search of it. Luna asked me. My spirit was in search of something. Then I realized I've been here before. See, we all think that when we pass away, that's it, right? That's it. It's over with. No, it's not. This body that we're driving, the spirit lives on through energy. And sometimes it takes on the form of, in Buddhism, we believe to be human again is an honor. It's the highest honor to be able to be human. You do good, then the next life you can become human. You do bad, you might be a bug, an animal, and you reincarnate over and over and over again, so many cycles until you're able to be human again. So the ultimate goal of being righteous is to be able to come back as a human again in another life and have a better life. If your life wasn't that great, next life it could be better, right? Why do you think we have dreams and we feel like we've been places, or we say, oh my God, I feel like I can tell what's about to happen right now. Oh my God, deja vu. You've been here before. That's your past life that you're trying to, it's a parallel that happens at that moment and you don't realize it. Leanne said, that's a good choice, Stone. I used to play and other clay things. I was scared years ago. Now I'm not anymore. It's just what it exactly. Thank you, Leanne. I love it. Good night, Cece. So, Luna, so I was chasing something that felt familiar, and my family wasn't with it. But guess what? I never stopped. I got whoopings for it. I got reprimanded for it, and I never stopped. And then as an adult, my mom finally had a conversation with me, and she pretty much was like, I know I was hard on you, but that's because I didn't want people to judge you. I used to tell my mom this when I was young. Leon said, "Yeah, that's what I believe, and have for years." Leanne, they'll catch on to it sooner or later. I used to tell my mom this. I said, Mom, I said, I can put myself in any country I want to be in. I can put myself on a beach. I can put myself in your room standing next to your bed. She said, shut up. Stop saying that, boy. You sound crazy. I said, I can. I can project myself. You guys, I was saying this shit in 1978 and 79. Think about this. I was saying this stuff in 1978 and 79. I was telling people I can manifest and project myself in other places. I can close my eyes and be in your room. This is what I was saying as a kid. Listen, I was calling it projection in 78 and didn't even know what it meant. I was using that word, right? Then now we find out all that shit I was saying was all real. I didn't even know how I knew it. That's when I knew for sure. So, Luna, I was trying to find my past life and didn't realize it. So the day I became a Buddhist, let me tell you what they said to me. They said, why do you want to become a Buddhist? And I told them this story. And you know what the monk said to me? He said, you've always been a Buddhist. You were just trying to catch up with your spirit of the past. That's why everything was so familiar. You didn't know why you kept wanting to meditate and chant the things nobody taught you. That was your past self. Your past spirit was trying to remember. That's why you were so convicted with it. That's how I became a Buddhist. They thought that story was such an amazing story. Yeah. And they blessed me to become a Buddhist. Leanne said it's natural, but people don't embrace it. What's up, Sharon? Yes, they don't, Leanne. They're scared of it. I've learned to accept it now. I also trust my intuition is so on point that it can be scary at times. Because when I feel something, I always tell people, oh man, I gotta, this don't feel right. I gotta do this now. I gotta do that now. And then if I tell a person something, I say, listen to me, you gotta trust me. Because I'll be trying not to tell people what my spirit is feeling. I say, listen, you gotta trust me, you gotta do this, because I'm trying to tell you, please just follow this and do that. Please don't do that. You need to do this right now. This is how I talk to my friends. Please, please. And they go, this boy, Stone cuckoo. And then when they don't follow what I say, because it's always positive, they go, man, remember you told me such and such? I'm like, yeah, they say, you know what ended up happening? I say, you ain't even got to tell me. I know what happened because I already told you what you needed to do to stop it from happening. Leanne said, I believe you. True story, you guys. I'm not even, listen, I wish that I could tell you that everything I'm saying, I made it up, but I'm not even, this is no cap, as the young folks say. This is all real. Yeah. And I'm always in shock. So when I became a Buddhist Luna, it was because I kept chasing my past life. I don't know who I was in the past life, but whatever it was, I was a Buddhist, or I was a monk, or I know I was a different race, for sure. For sure. Because it's just too many things that I do that I I wasn't raised to do it, or I wasn't taught these things. I shouldn't have known them at an early age. It's like my knowledge. When I was little, there were things that I knew about life that I should have never even known. There were conversations I was having with kids my age that the teachers would say, who told you that? Who told you that? And I say, I don't know, it just came to me. What do you mean it came to you? I need to talk to your parents, Paxton. Everybody always call me by my last name. Paxton, I need to talk to your parents. And they talk to my aunt or my mom, and they'd be like, we never taught him that. And they'd ask me in front of the teacher, where'd you learn that at? Who told you all that? We don't know. It wasn't nothing bad. It was stuff about, you know, certain equations or certain historical things that happened that we hadn't discussed in class, in history class or something, you know? Like I would do random stuff. I would say things and I would be right on the money. They said, oh, we never this is not in our lesson, Paxton. Well, what do you how do you know that? That's not even discussed in school. I would get in trouble for that. Every relationship that I've been involved with, this one's gonna really get you. I knew what was gonna happen before it happened. It came to me in a dream, and I wrote it down or I recorded it. I sometimes would wake up and tell the significant other one. Sometimes I wouldn't because I would think if I didn't tell them, maybe it won't happen. My last, I've been married 3 times, right? First marriage, I only count 2. So the first one, I was young. So there's only 2 I really count. So my first official marriage, I had a dream and I woke up and I usually tell her the dreams. This time I didn't because I told myself maybe if I don't tell her the dream, it won't happen. But I saw her on one side of the fence and I was on another side of the fence and I woke up crying because I couldn't make out who this guy was. He was with some guy. I couldn't see his face. It was a blur. But I saw her and I was grabbing the fence and I was crying, trying to get like, what are you doing over there? And I woke up in a cold sweat crying. And I wrote it down. She said, what was your dream? I said, nothing. I said, I don't even want to tell you. And I wrote it down. About 3-4 days later, all hell broke loose. That dream that I had became a real reality. I still got all that in my diary. Rondu said, the household I grew up in, Jehovah's Witness, kind of drove me away from almost every form of religious belief, but Buddha always appealed most to me of all forms of beliefs and faiths. Listen, Grandu Heat, my ex-wife, the second one, is a Jehovah's Witness. And I almost became a Jehovah's Witness, but I didn't move fast enough for her. So my nickname became Satan's son. That's the nickname she gave me because she was mad that I didn't become a Jehovah's Witness when she wanted me to. So I listen, I feel you on that, fam. Because I took her with me to the Buddhist temple and she laughed the whole time while we were chanting, bro. She laughed at me right there in front of everybody. And they came over and talked to her. And she had one of the monks talk to her. She went to the bathroom, stayed in there for almost 2 hours until they had to go in there and be like, what are you doing? She's in there talking loud. She was very, very disrespectful. That's what made me not want to be a Jehovah's Witness. Because I was like, if this is how Jehovah's Witness act, hell, I don't, I'm Satan's son and all kinds of weird shit. And then when I would tell her my dreams, bro, she would tell me that's spiritism. She said, "Oh, we don't believe in it. That's spiritism. That's all fake, and you're practicing spiritism." She would tell me. Leanne said, "That's disrespectful. Imagine doing that at King." When I would go to Kingdom Hall with her, I would sit there respectfully. I supported her. I would listen. And for the first time in my life, I'm gonna tell y'all something crazy. My mom was an evangelist, right? Rondu, yeah, she was crazy, man. Yeah, I was Satan's son, bro. He says a very fundamental form of Christianity. I was about to say something. I'm trying to remember. Damn, I forgot what I was going to say. Anyway, she used to tell me that my dreams were spiritism and I was practicing spiritism and it was fake. And then my mom didn't teach me about real Christianity, religion. She was just really, really, she's still a witness and she really needs to change her practice because she's the worst Jehovah's Witness I've ever met in my life. I don't, if that's what being a Jehovah's Witness is, I'm glad I never became one. Wow. That's deep. I got a lot of Jehovah's Witnesses on my friends here. Because there's other times I went on live and there's a lot of people when I talk about it that were Jehovah's Witnesses or were raised as. Leanne, listen, I went through with this woman. This woman was so obsessed with being a Jehovah's Witness, she used to wish that my plane would crash when I get on it. Because she wanted me to be a witness so bad, and because I decided I didn't want to because of how she was acting and treating me with calling me Satan's son, she started wishing that my plane would crash. I hope your plane crashes. P said at the age of 13, she gave me the option to go to Kingdom Hall or not. And I chose, oh, wow. P, that's rare. Joseph D said, hello, Stone and everybody. What did I miss? I came in on Satan. We were talking about a couple of our friends in here. They were former Jehovah's Witnesses or grew up as. And I was talking about my ex-wife. She wanted me to become a Jehovah's Witness so bad that when I decided I didn't want to because of the way she was treating me, and I said, if that's what being a Jehovah's Witness is, then I don't want to ever be one. And she started calling me Satan's son. Every morning I woke up, that was my nickname. That's the nickname she gave me every morning until I left her. Grunda said, I respect every belief that gives hope to those who need. But an apocalyptic belief isn't right for children into any kind. Glad my parents accepted me and not doing it anymore. Man, for you and who else said that you and P, y'all parents was cool. They didn't force you. That's cool. They just left it alone. That's crazy, man. But I'm going to tell you guys something else. Were you told to literally die? Oh, you were. Yes, I was told to die and called a devil more because I wouldn't become a. Yeah, Leanne. Yeah, it's crazy, right? But what you want to know the craziest part about it, Leanne? So remember, she told me um, about spiritism, right? Like I shouldn't be chanting and meditating and the dreams I'm having. That's how spiritism, right? Every woman that I've been married to, which has only been three, they all start after they're around me. They start having dreams. Now before they never had dreams. Even the women I've dated never had dreams like these profound dreams. They meet me, they get a taste of my energy, right? And they start telling me about dreams. All of a sudden they have dreams now. They start having dreams. She would have dreams and try to tell me. I said, "Oh, remember? You told me spiritism. You don't believe in that. So why are you telling me about your dreams?" And listen, let me tell you something. Me and this lady have not been together since 2010, and she still stalks me right now. She literally just texted me yesterday with some crazy shit. She's always in her brain and doing weird shit, texting me or calling me from weird numbers. I can block it. She'll still call me, pretend like she's another woman. Just cool stuff. Wanted to say it's like Waterboy's mama in the Sandler movie. Everything outside the bubble. Is it? Yeah, it's crazy, y'all. Joseph D said Prince became a Jehovah's Witness, right? Yeah, that's why he's not alive. He needed to get that hip operation, so they didn't want him to get the blood transfusion. They said, no, you got to have a blood transfusion. That's not holy. And so this man had to take the drugs for his pain, and he killed himself. That became his demise. When you take them pills over and over and over again for pain, your body becomes toxic. You could see it in his skin. He was dried out. He was freaking dehydrated. You could see it in some of the last interviews where his skin was wrinkled and shit. He would have been alive if he had never became a Jehovah's Witness. He'd still be here right now. I'm sorry, y'all. He was already taking all those pills, and then whoever set him up to unlife, it made it easier because he was already taking the pills. All they had to do was slip him a bottle of the wrong shit, which is what happened. The dosage. I'm just saying. Somebody came to deliver them extra pills to Paisley Park that time. P said Jehovah's Witnesses were raised Jehovah Witness. The Jacksons, yes, they were also met Michael Jackson at Jehovah's Witness Assembly at Dodge Stadium. I was 12 years old. I'll just say, yeah, the blood band is truly medieval. Yeah, Michael was. Joe Jackson was like my uncle, you guys. He was like an uncle to me. And Jermaine, I know Jermaine. I know Jackie. I know the whole family. Mama Catherine, I know, I've been in the house. I've been to the house, the Havenhurst house, the Vegas house. When Joe was alive, I would be with Joe. I used to hang with Joe a lot. All right, go hang out with him and Majestic. So, yeah, they were Jehovah's Witness. Joe wasn't, though, but he respected it. Yeah, Joe wasn't a witness, really. Hey, that beat is that beat not hard in the background, y'all? That's so nasty. It's like a soundtrack because I'm listening to them like, ooh, that sound good. Joseph said, damn, that's the same. They said Prince was, yeah, because that pain was so like, okay, you got to remember Marva that was in here. She was in his band. He was taking that for pain. He was in a lot of pain because of his hip was deteriorating. He was in pain, and Jehovah's Witness was like, nah, you can't get the operation. You got to have a blood transfusion. That can't happen. So he just overdosed. He just took more pain pills. I know Leanne is nice, huh? That track is so nice. P said, then ran into him again in 2000 while working twice. P, it was meant for you to do something or say something to Michael. You didn't get to say it. Grandu said it's awesome. It could play for hours without. I know. Listen, I'm telling you, Grandu, it's a vibe about it. What is, you think about, it's funny, you think we talk about all this and we think about our lives, right? All of us, right? And what is going to be the story that we write? What's going to be all of our story that we write? Because we're writing it now. Have you guys thought about that? We're writing our story of our life, right? Our autobiography. We're living it every single day, right? And whatever you do, negative or positive, that becomes part of your life story, right? And if you're an artist, it's magnified however many times of your popularity of whoever you are, right? So that means you can write. You got a chance. It's like being on rewind, like rewinding a tape. Like right now, we all have a chance to write our story in whatever way we want. We have a chance right now to any ways that we are, any wrongs that we've done to people, we can go back and rewrite history and change it right now. We can go back and change our history for our future's sake, for our legacy, for our righteousness of who we want and what we want people to look at us as once we're no longer in this present physical body. When we manifest into energy form again, until we're able to take the form of a physical form again. We have the chance right now to rewrite our narrative as to how we want people to look at us and remember us every day. That's why I show so much love, man. At the same time, I do tough love too. I get on here and y'all see me say some stuff. You've seen me cry. Y'all seen me break down and cry. For those that have been rocking with me through the Angie Stone thing, you've seen me cry. You've seen me vulnerable. But also, I get on here and share things about my life that most people that are in my position would never do. They don't want you to know about their private life. They don't want you to know about those private little things that are embarrassing to their lives. They don't want you to see them cry. But what really makes us human? What makes you human is the ability to cry, is the ability to let go as a man as well, and not feel a fear of us being vulnerable. Because some people think vulnerability means that somebody's gonna find out our weakness and then use it against us. But no, that's not it. Vulnerability is the new comfortability. That's the new place to be. If you're able to be vulnerable and be honest, then it's one of the most purest places you can be. I mean, think about it. It's the purest place you can be because can't nobody hurt you when you are vulnerable and you cry and you pour your heart out. They can't hurt you. You're already revealing your pain. To those said, I could go crazy on that damn beat. Bad thing, I ain't trap. It ain't trap, but I get on it. Move. Whole thing is a drill field, Mr. Paxton. No, I feel you. The beat is hard though. Somebody said that's the healer and you talking. Thank you, brother Joseph. Boss lady said, I always said that Stone, we are writing our story as we walk through it. Exactly. He said, yes, I did. We talked and he sang to me. Oh, yeah, you did tell me, P. That's right. You sure did. Man, I got to go. I got to meet Michael up close and personal with one of his best friends, which is Amir from Kool and the Gang. You guys seen Amir here in my studio before. It's okay to be vulnerable, man. I'm talking to my brothers right now. All my men coming across my channel, young and old. It's okay to be vulnerable. It's okay to cry, man. Trust me. I cry. I cry. I cried many times on YouTube. This is why I have an issue when people see Tyrese cry, they want to make fun of him. I don't think that's something people should make fun of, man. Because most men will cry behind closed doors. Don't let them fool you. Tyrese chose to be vulnerable. I chose to be vulnerable. He cried. He doesn't care. That's the purest form of peace, is when you're able to do that. Y'all understand? I'm just saying, man. I'm serious. That beat is just so crazy. Tyrese cried. Men, it's okay to cry. Women, they cry. I was raised by women. My mother taught me, you gotta cry, just let it go, son. My aunt taught me, let it go. My older brother said, man, don't be crying. If I was left to my older brothers, I wouldn't be able to shed one tear because they was like, that's some sissy, man. Don't be crying. Suck it up. That's what my older brothers say. Suck it up. Leanne said, not male or female, just human. Exactly. Shubi say, top of the morning, you stone. Shubi, what's up? Well, what I mean, Leanne, is women have no issue with crying. Women are connected to their vulnerable, sensitive side. They're nurturers, naturally. So that's why when a man cries, a woman feels it. I've only had one woman laugh at me when I cried, and that was when I was leaving my ex-wife. And she did wrong, and I was crying, and she laughed at me. That shit kind of messed me up a little bit at that time. That one did a number on me. Joseph D say, crying the humble way does a great things to your body. Yes, it does. Browdu say, yo, Stone, I'm sorry I have to part now. I need to catch my beloved wife before she jets off to work. Thanks a ton for all the inspiration. I'll definitely get back to you, your channel. Keep creating. Thank you, brother. Be safe too, all right? Blessings to you and your wife, always. I appreciate you. And thank you for subscribing. Listen, you guys, I love you, man. I know y'all tired. Stone can run his mouth. So I'm going to give y'all a break. I'm going to let y'all lay y'all heads down. So I'm going to catch y'all tomorrow, all right? Peace and love. Blessings. Talk to you tomorrow. Let's go, man.